What is TaxPro MAX? It's a tax administration solution, an integrated tax administration solution, which takes care of the end-to-end processes of tax administration. And in tax administration, there are basic things that needed to be done, which is starting from registration, and I'm talking about the modules that we have in TaxPro MAX now: registration, filing, payments, reporting, and you can measure your compliance and other things from there. But the most important aspect of it is the registration, because if you do not know your taxpayer, then you have no business with them. And the first thing you do with the taxpayer is what? Registration. So it's an end-to-end solution that allows taxpayers to carry out their tax obligations without necessarily having to visit the tax office. It's an automated system, it's an integrated system. In the past, the FIRS was running practically on a manual process, where taxpayer will have to go to the tax office, pick up a form, fill the returns, you go to the bank, you go and queue to pay through the teller, you bring it back to the office before your accounts are reconciled, your files are manually being maintained and all of that. Then we came up with the TaxPro MAX, because for those of us who are in-house, we understand what the challenge is, and in this new age, we believe that we should not be continuing in this manner, as it does not come with efficiency. There is no efficiency to the manual process. So we understand the problem, and we profile a solution to it. And that is what brought about the TaxPro MAX as an integrated tax administration solution that takes care of the end-to-end processes of tax administration, from registration to reporting. Before now, taxpayers are required to visit the tax office to do their registration with the TaxPro. However, because we always strive to ensure that we do ease of business, ease of doing business in Nigeria, we promote it because it's part of the agenda of the government. We have also gone forward to ensure that taxpayers can now do the registration on their own. So we now have the self-registration module of the TaxPro MAX, such that once you register your company with the Corporate Affairs Commission, especially for those who have registered from the 1st of September 2023 going forward, you can sit in the comfort of your office or your home, go to our website, taxpromax.firs.gov.ng, and you can initiate your self-registration by inputting your RC or your BN, as the case may be. Then the system populates your details, including your phone number and your email address. Now, the email address and the phone number, for security purpose, are not fully displayed. So the system expects that you can select either of the phone number or the email address to get your one-time password, which is the OTP. And once you do that, the OTP is sent to your email or to your phone number, whichever one that you select. Once you put it in, then the full details of your company will be displayed, and you can proceed from there. However, for those whose registration is prior to that period of September 1st, 2023, are expected to still go to visit our tax offices to do their registration. Okay, I'm going to be listing some of the key things that are required during the self-registration. When you register a business with the Corporate Affairs Commission, obviously you have what is called the MEMAT. That's your Memorandum and Article of Association, right? And in that MEMAT, your line of businesses are clearly stated. Now, even the CAC has adopted the IC Revision 4 line of business. So we want to know, as far as the FIRS is concerned, we want to know what is your registered address, because that is where you carry out your business, and that is where we can trace you in case we need to have any correspondence with you physically. Obviously, we can communicate to you via email or phone number as the case may be. That's on the one hand. Second, I need to know, or we need to know, when are you going to commence your business? Of course, I can register my business with the CAC and I'm not ready to commence business yet. It is important for the FIRS to know your date of commencement, your accounting year end, for those who are either business name or the corporate ones, as the case may be, including NGOs. When is your accounting year end? We need to know your business classification. Now, there is this thing in Nigeria, people say general contract. General contract is not a line of business anywhere. So even if you're a contractor, say for example, I'm a contractor and I do business with, say, Ministry of Works, majority of the works that comes out of Ministry of Works are in construction. So if you're in construction, what type of construction are you into? Are you into road construction? Are you into rail construction? Are you into demolition? Are you into other infrastructure like utility infrastructure and all of that? So all of this, you need to specify which part of the business categories that you fall in. Now, it will interest you to also know that in FIRS, we have adopted the OECD business classification. That's an Organization of Economic Community of Developments. So, and which Nigeria is a member of that group. So, the OECD recommended business line, which is called the ISIC Revision 4, is what the FIRS is using, is what the MBS is using, is what the CBN is using, and that's the global standard. So on that business line, you need to select where you belong. You may not see specifically as to where you belong, like, oh, I sell akara, for example. You won't see akara there, obviously, but you will see those who are into restaurants, or you are into food processing. If I am into construction, if I'm into manufacturing, then my sub-classification will be, am I manufacturing cement? Am I manufacturing wire, iron rod, or whatever you are manufacturing? So you'll be able to select those from the drop-down that is on the page of the registration. So when you do all of this, you're able to register, you're able to file your returns, you're able to do your payments, and easily you can get your tax clearance certificates. In the past, even the law that talks about tax clearance certificates says that within 2 weeks, once you've complied with all the returns, you should get your tax clearance certificate. But with the introduction of the TaxPro MAX, it is now easier for taxpayers to complete all these processes, do your filing, do your payment, and you get your tax clearance certificate on the same day. And we now even have what is called the one-click TCC. The one-click TCC allows the taxpayer, as long as you have done your part by filing your returns, by making your necessary payments, you have no liability with the tax office. You click and generate your tax clearance certificate without necessarily having to go apply for that TCC in any office, or wait for the 2 weeks as prescribed in the manual. Then you can get your tax clearance certificate. Then you can proceed to do any business that you so wish to do with your tax clearance certificate. Whether you want to use it for contract purpose, or you want to use it to clear anything or present it in bank or whatever, your TCC is a one-click TCC now that you get immediately.